I am Anil Kumar, sharing passion of mathematics. In this video, we will understand circles as a part of conic sections. My student Matasabia in Ethiopia wants to learn about it. Engaging minds connect us. He watched my videos on YouTube, liked videos with my student Amy in UK, and now he wants to learn from me conic sections, a grade 11 student. In this video, we'll talk about circles at great length. This video will be about an hour long. However, first 10 minutes are on introduction of Mata Sabia to you. Try to understand the student from where he comes, where he want to go, and we will enjoy his journey and make it possible. I would like you to watch this video and enjoy what we enjoy, learning. You can join Anil Kumar classes by sending an email to the address given. Share the passion of learning. Now, let us understand circles and its application. Hi, Mata Savia. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. So, today, what do you want to learn?
In today's class, I want to learn about conic section.
Conic
Uh,
sections. Okay.
yeah,
What exactly in conic sections?
yeah, conic section. I think there are four conic sections: circles, hyperbola, parabola, ellipse. In
Okay.
today's class, yeah,
Well, in today's class, we cannot cover everything, but we can make a beginning, right? We'll begin the circle and then move forward
yeah.
as it goes on. So, in school, when do you have test on this topic?
We'll have a test after a couple of weeks,
Couple of weeks.
and yeah, and we'll begin the circle after 2 days.
After 2 days. Oh, so you are ahead by
Yeah,
2 days. That's good. So you are well prepared for your class. So that's the whole idea.
yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
good to be in command. So once you get some concepts, you can move forward very fast. I like your approach. And it is great that you are a great explorer also. And you explored and came to my YouTube channel, and that is how we got connected. And
Yeah.
you have the passion of maths. I would like you to tell everyone about yourself and also why do you want to learn, right? So, okay, Matasabia, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Matasabe. I'm from Ethiopia. And I'm grade 11 student. And,
Tell something about your passion of studying further. Where do you want to do
ah,
higher education?
yeah. And now I am grade 11 student. And after 1 year, I wanna to study my education abroad, like United States of America. Yeah, that's my dream.
That's your first choice. Great. I hope you will surely get there. So, you need to work hard as you are doing. And let us see. Apply for the universities and see how you can get there. But I can help developing and building your concepts so that you can compete with anyone worldwide. That is my objective, correct? And
Yeah,
hopefully you get full scholarship. Otherwise, you get a sponsorship from someone, right? There are many who wants to donate for a good cause and for a student like you. I think you should get good sponsorship or support from many others, just as you are getting some support from my. My support is only limited to
yeah.
teaching you
Ah,
mathematics, which I can do, right?
thank you,
Great,
sir. It's great. Yeah.
good. So as I teach you, I want to learn from you also. Can you today tell me about something about your country?
Okay. Uh, my country is which is very there. Our peoples are respect people, respect our foreign peoples, and there are a lot of people come the different holidays to Ethiopia,
Hmm.
like Maskal. We call Maskal means it in the yearly, which celebrate holiday in Ethiopia,
Good.
and there are yeah there are a lot of tourist sites in our country, Ethiopia, and I hope you will come to our country in some days.
Sure, I will love to come to your country, enjoy the nature and the people, and learn or understand them better. Today, you actually shared with me some wildlife and some animals. I'm really fond of animals and nature, and I saw some photographs. Could you tell me about some animals which you shared with me in your country? Let me share the screen so that I can show you what exactly I'm trying to say here. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah. So these are some pictures which you had shared with me earlier. Can you see these pictures?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. So tell me about one of these animals. Let's take up this bleeding heart monkey. It looks very interesting. Uh,
Yeah,
can you tell me something about the bleeding heart baboon?
yeah. Its special name is Gelada Babu, and his name is also called the bleeding heart monkey, which is as you look his heart.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very yeah, and his get his name from his heart, and it is one of the endemic mammal of Ethiopia. As you look,
Mhm.
they're very beautiful, and it is found in Ethiopia only.
Yes, endemic. Yes, very good.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
it found in highlands of Ethiopia, and its weight 16 kilogram.
Oh, is it? Okay. And this in
Uh,
this picture, I see a baby baboon also, right? Is that a baby baboon
yeah, it's drinking water.
drinking water? Okay, great.
Yeah,
That's good. And I see some cactus plants. That means it's a dry area. This high mountains are slightly dry in nature.
yeah, it's in drying, and the upper part also is getting hot.
Hot, very hot. Okay, that is
Yeah,
why. And drinking baby of this baboon indicates that they
yeah,
must have traveled a lot to reach this place and have water. Correct.
yeah,
Good. So that was nice. Now uh, let's begin with what you really want to learn, and that is about the circles. You
yeah.
also shared with me what you're learning at school so that we are on the same page. So yes, let me just share that also. I went through the material which you have shared with me. So these are few pages which you have shared. Let me begin with your picture itself. Oh, that's a video. I didn't see that
Uh,
earlier. I love that. In our last class you told about this, right?
yeah,
Okay, that was nice. Uh, let's check the circle part you want to learn, right?
yeah,
So this page is talking about some formulae which gives you a line with, okay, let me just enlarge this, right?
yeah,
It
like,
says activity and it gives a perpendicular distance from center of the circle to the line, right? And correct. And the formula is given to us, and this is a standard formula to find distance of any point from this line, right? Shortest distance. And they have given more formula to find the point of intersection also. Great. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. And let's see what else. Okay, so here we have some questions, which is kind of, let's see what this is. Well, here's this question is given the center and the radius of the circle, give the center and the radius of the circle from the given equation. The equations are in standard form. And then we also have to do completing the squares method to find the equation of a circle, right? Okay. So that's another exercise. And we have some questions. Find the perpendicular distance from the center of the circle to each of the following lines with this equation. sketch the graph of the circle. Okay, that's great. Let's see some more pages. What do you have? Okay, correct. Perfect. So this is about the lines and the circle. Okay, so I get fairly good idea about what you want to learn from here. Let's see what else you have. Okay, so these are some questions. Seems okay. Okay, exercise 3.3. Write the standard form of equation of the circle with the given center and the radius. Find the coordinates of the center. Write the equation of the circle described here. And oh, good. So actually, Matasabi, can you
Yes.
see the screen, right?
I'm looking, but it's the scale is very low.
Now, can you see it properly?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you?
correct. So what I will do is I'll share with you a whiteboard, give you concepts, right?
Yeah.
And from there, we'll begin learning about the circle itself. Right? I can also share with you one of my lessons, which I prepared earlier for one of my students in USA. He also was doing exactly same thing. Math 3 is the curriculum. And so basically, we are going to talk about conic sections and we'll consider circles today, right? So we'll
Yeah.
talk about conic sections. This exercise is more on ellipse. So I'll stop sharing this, but go to a whiteboard to give you all the concepts. Make a note of what I'm saying, right? In today's class, it is going to help you for at least 2 weeks from now. Perfect. Since,
Yeah.
after that, you may have a test on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you want to learn what are conic sections, right? Correct. So as the name implies, if I have a cone, let's say we have a cone here, right?
Mm.
Then when we cut the cone in different ways using a plane, for example, if I cut it straight like this, correct? In that
Mm.
case, what we get is a circle. So at this point, what I get is a circle. It may look like this, but this is a perfect circle, right? So horizontal cut on a conic section gives you a circle. So this is the circle which we are going to look into today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose if I make a cut on this, which is kind of like this, now in this case, you get a parabola. When you are going through the base of the circle, so what do you get here? If you see, this is the base of the circle. So in this case, you get a parabola. We'll look into this later. And if you have a cut, which is kind of, let's say, not going horizontal, but cutting both the sides, but being, at an angle, not horizontal, right? In this case,
Yeah.
you get an ellipse, right? This is the ellipse you get. Well, to get the hyperbola, what we really do is that we see both the sides of this, kind of like this. Let me just extend it, right, to the other way. And if I cut this circle vertically, right, so then you get hyperbola. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, any of these conic sections, they have a very special property, and that is we are looking at distance from a point or from a line. So these are the two things which we are looking for, right? And the
Yeah.
ratio of this distance, whether it is same or different or what it is, less than one or greater than one, decides which type of conic section we are looking into. Is that okay?
Yeah.
But let's get into circle now, which can be defined very easily. As let me get to circle. So we'll talk about circle now. So what is a circle? Can you tell me?
So a circle is one of the conic section which has a radius and a fixed point.
Locus are points, same distance. from a fixed point, as you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And this fixed point is called circle, center,
Center.
center of the circle, and the distance is radius, right?
Yeah.
And fixed distance is radius. Perfect.
Yeah.
So if I make one, which is my always rough sketch, I used to make good circles earlier. Now it's slightly difficult for me. Okay. So if this is the center, that is the radius we are talking about. Correct? So center
Yeah.
will say C and radius will say R. And the point in the center will defined by the coordinate points H and K. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And any point here, let's call this point as XY. Any point here. Correct? So what
Mhm.
we are saying is that this distance is always constant. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you see, we'll take up a circle and find its equation, right? So in the next page, we'll find equation of circle. So I love to go from the very basics, build up the concept, so that you understand from where we are coming and where we are going, right? So you
Mm.
understood that we started with the conic section, cutting it right across with a horizontal plane so that we get some section which is a circle. And as you are rightly saying, the circle has locus of points which are same distance from a fixed point. Now, this fixed point, when we begin the circle, we keep it simple. So simple case will be the special case. Is that the center is at origin. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So normally we'll say center HK, right? So now we are saying the center is 0, 0. Is it okay? So H
Yeah.
equals to 0 and K is also equals to 0. So that is our special circle. So what I'm doing here is just sketching a circle there, correct? And as I said, for a circle, we'll write C as the point in the circle, which is in this case 0, 0. And we'll take a point, general point, on the circumference of the circle, the periphery, and we'll call this point P as XY. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
With the radius R, the fixed distance. Now, to find or to relate these parameters, we can actually apply the Pythagorean theorem and get the equation, right? So if I draw a perpendicular from here, then clearly this point, let's say call this point as Q, is how much away from C? X away, right? And the
Mm.
vertical distance is Y. So what we have here is a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, we could relate all the three sides. And the relation, as you know, is what? X square plus Y square is equal to the radius square R square. So that becomes the equation of a circle where the center is origin. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Correct. Now, let us say that we have shifted the center from this position to some other position HK, right? So now I'm translating and I'm putting the center at some other point which is HK, right? So it is translated. H right or horizontal and K up. Is it okay? So when you
Yeah.
do this translation, what happens to the equation? Tell me.
The equation will be x minus h the whole square plus y minus k the whole square is equal to r square.
Perfect. That's beautiful. So you understand the basic concepts of transformation of functions. That is brilliant. And that is what we expect from a grade 11 student. Correct. So we have now a circle equation. So we call this as standard or general equation, right? Let me write this as a general equation. And the general equation now is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equals to r square. And from here, you clearly know that the center of this circle is what? center
H
is
comma K.
HK, right?
Yeah.
So that is what you do. You also learned parabolas. You know how to work with the quadratic equation, correct? You know the
Yeah.
formula a plus b whole squared, correct? So we can now
Yeah.
use this formula and explore the circle a bit further. So before that, let's take some examples which were there in your exercise. Is that okay? So I'll put it
Yeah.
the other way, and then we'll go back to the exercise and do those 5 questions, right? But let's wait for some
Okay.
more time for that. You're ready to actually solve a couple of them in just these 5 minutes. You get the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me clear all this. Are you getting it? Correct?
Yeah.
So now what we have is we have a circle which has been translated. So let's say somewhere there, correct? So we're saying that this translation is to the point. Oops, let's remove this. Let's go to the center of the circle, more or less. Okay, so let's say this is my center of the circle. We're calling this as HK as the coordinate point C. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Now let us derive the equation once again for the circle using Pythagorean theorem. So if I take, let us say, some point, let's take a point here, right? P, which is xy. In that case, look here at this particular, let me draw perpendicular, right? So if I drop a perpendicular, clearly, how much is this distance? What is this distance?
X minus H.
X minus h. And what is this distance?
Y minus K.
And the radius is r, correct? Once
Yeah.
again, you can apply the Pythagorean theorem. And clearly, you get the same equation, which is C, let's call this point Q, CQ squared plus QP squared equals to R squared. Or I could write this as H, X minus H whole square plus Y minus K whole square equals to R squared. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So even if a student does not really understand the transformation of functions, right? Early on, some students in grade 10 are learning this, and therefore they could actually correlate with this standard, I should say, general equation of the circle with the center at a point HK, right? Not just center.
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So my sketches are going to be rough. I'm not really going to label everything. Remember that. When you write it down, you have to label like now I have done. Center O, you have to mention x-axis clearly, y-axis clearly with the arrows, just as I have shown. At least that much should be there on your graph. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I may be overlooking this because my idea is to just focus on these things, but you have to read from your book, understand the nomenclature, and meet the expectations of your school. Is that okay? That is
Yeah.
your responsibility. Okay. My
Yes.
responsibility here is to give you some additional information to help you understand what is required for you
Yeah.
at this stage. You understand this part? Correct?
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
everything, right? Everything is there in your curriculum. Your teachers are teaching you, books are providing you with the information. I'm just providing my 1 cent to give you a connection between what we are doing and what is written in the books. Is that clear to you, right? So
Yes.
feel free to ask me any question if you feel you're not engaged with the topic or if you feel you're not connected. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So my lessons means engaging with the subject, right? I take
Yeah.
mathematics not just as mathematics of numbers. No, it is like another language for us to understand, right? To explain the nature. Circle, one of the most important thing in nature, we cannot overlook. We have to understand it perfectly. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Great. So let's continue. Now this equation, if I now ask you a few questions, very simple. Question number A. If the point P coordinates are, let's say, 3 and 4, right? And the center C is at the origin, then what is the equation of the circle? Tell me. So we need to find
X
the equation.
square.
Find, yeah. Yeah, tell me. What is the equation of the circle? How will you find?
First, we have to find the radius of the circle by substituting. 3 and the 4.
Yeah. So we have x squared plus y squared equals to r squared, since we know that the center is at the origin, right? So h and
Yeah.
k is 0, right? So h equals to 0 and k is also equals to 0. Perfect. So you can find radius by substituting 3 and 4 as you're saying, right? So we have 3
Yeah.
squared plus 4 squared equals to r squared, which is what? 9 plus
25.
9, which is 25, right? So we know r squared is 25, and therefore this equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared equals to 25. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Well, so from here, we know characteristics. What do we know? We know from here that the center is given to us, right? So center is given
Yeah.
to us
0.
is 0, 0, and the radius is basically
5.
5 units, right? So
Yeah.
r is square root of 25, and r will be positive always. It's the distance, and so it is 5 units, correct?
Yeah.
Now, in this particular exercise, one of the important things which we ask students is whether a point lies inside the circle, on the circle, or outside the circle. You get the idea. So
Yeah.
let me take a fresh page and ask you this question. So question number 1 extended, right? So we are doing example 1. A, we found the equation, right? So we had the center C at 0, 0, and we had a point P, which was at 3 and 4. And from here, we know the equation is x squared plus y squared equals to 25, correct?
Yeah.
Because you found that the value of r in this case is equal to, rather r squared is 3 squared plus 4 squared, right? You got your equation. Now, example 1b is check if the point, let us say 2, 5, right? So 2, 5 is inside, outside, or on the circle? Tell me.
2, 5.
Yeah. Is inside or outside the circle? Tell me. How will you figure this out?
I think it is outside from the circle.
So we have this equation which is x squared plus y squared equals to 25. We'll substitute 2 and 5 here. We're looking for a point which is 2 and 5. So I'll substitute 2. So we get 2 squared plus 5 squared. How much do you get? Well, 2 squared is
29.
4 and 25. And obviously it is 29. And so it is
Yeah.
outside. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Since it is greater than 25. Is that clear to you? Correct.
Yes.
So we could do like this, and we could find more points on the circle itself. But this is a simple way of figuring out whether a point is inside or outside the circle. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Especially when you have a circle from the origin. This is simple when you're having circle from the origin, right? Is that clear to you? Correct. Now,
Yeah.
let's
If
take another.
what, sir, what will be if the radius in the x square plus y square equals to, is it a line located in the circle?
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. So let us say, let us say another question. If x is equal to, let's say, 2.5, okay?
Yeah.
If x is equals to 2.5, right, find y on circle. So that could give you the point on the circle, right? But now this may not get, you may not get the exact value. So in that case, you may round your answer to 1 decimal place. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So let's suppose that is the question. We'll just substitute x as 2.5 plus y square equals to 25. We can now isolate y, correct? So we say y square equals to 25 minus 2.5 square, right?
Yes.
Calculate using calculator. Y equals to 25 minus 6.25, 2.5 whole square, right? And square root. So use a calculator. Tell me what answer do you get as the y value?
4.33, the value of y.
4.33, right? So that is the value
Yeah.
which you get in this particular case. Do you get the idea, right? So you can
Yeah.
find a point on the circle using this, right? I could have given you values which could give you the exact number, right? Anyway, let us say now question example 2. I'm now giving you equation of a circle which is x square plus y square equals to 100. Can you tell me what is the radius of the circle?
It's I think n square root of 110.
Correct. So now if x is equal to, let us say, 8, find y. Point on circle. This is point on circle.
Yes, I think
Okay, so let's put x equals to 8. So 8 square plus y square equals to 100.
100.
Y square equals to 100 minus 64, which is 8 square, correct?
Yeah,
You get
that's
36. And therefore, what is the value of y? Tell me. Tell me. What is the value of y? Tell me.
positive 6.
Plus minus 6. So remember, the circle could have two values for the same x value, correct? So
Yeah,
let's be very careful about it. So we have a circle. So many times students make this simple mistake. They may come up to the end and they think that they have done correctly. How? There is a mistake. If, let us say this is my circle, that's my vertical line. Do you see we have two different values of y, correct?
yeah,
Do you see that? Let's say this point is 10 and this is minus 10. Okay. Is that clear to you? So whenever you square root to find the coordinate point x or y, you have to use both plus and minus. Is that clear to you? However,
yeah,
when I tell you to find the radius, it is only one value. Do you see radius was only positive, right? Positive
yeah,
only, correct? Radius. As far as coordinate points are concerned, you know the x values are negative here and positive here. Keep that in mind. Perfect.
yes.
Very good. So let's move on and take another equation. Let me call this as example 3 for today's class. And let the equation be x plus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equals 2. Let us say 9. Now, in this particular case, tell me what is the center of the circle?
Minus 1 comma positive 2.
Very good. What is the radius? R.
Positive 3. Right.
Positive 3, which you got by doing square root of 9. Correct. Now that is the center of the circle. Correct. Can you
Yeah.
now tell me a point inside the circle? So now I'm saying another point. Give me a point. Give a point inside circle. How will you do this part? So if you try to sketch this particular circle, you know you have a center which is at -1 and 2. So I'm just writing it in blue, which is light color here, and it has a radius of 3, right? So if it is going this side, it is 3 units. It's going this side, it is 3 units. All the four sides, 3 units, right?
Yeah.
So we do have a circle here, which let me just connect these points. And clearly, when you have this kind of a situation where the center is one down and from the x-axis, and this is like 2 units um, up from the value. So where? How will my coordinate plane be? Where is the x-axis? X-axis is definitely somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Since it is one down, right? And the y-axis is where? So we are moving one unit to the left and 2 units up, right? So maybe we have a radius of 3, correct? We have a
Yeah.
radius of 3, right? So 2 down. And so let me just make this. So 1 unit on the left, and this is 3 units. Okay, then let this be the graph. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So as you can see, this is -1, that is 2, right? So now you have to figure out. Now, obviously, when it is 3 units to this point here, this line will be what? X equals 2? Because 2 already, 1 on this side, 2 on the right side. Is that okay? That will be one
Yeah.
tangent, correct? And on the other
Mm.
side, what is going to be the tangent line? X equals 2. So from
Yes.
the origin, yeah, from this point, it goes 3 more, so it is -4, right? We are going 3 units left of the center horizontally and 3 units right. So it goes to 2. So the total distance, the diameter is 6 units, right?
Mm.
So can you now tell me, and you also have an idea that this circle could be bounded between these 2 points, and where this point here definitely is what? From my 2, we came down 3 units. This is -1, and from 2 we gave go up 3 units. We go to 5. You see that square which we have made?
Yeah.
So you can confine this circle within these boundaries. I mean, I'm telling you an easy method to figure out without using distance formula. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So we have a boundary where the y value is it could be between 5 or y equals to -1, and the x value is between 2 and x equals to -4. Is that okay? Kind of, right?
Yes. So how do we get -4 and how to the
Okay,
value of
I'll
x?
do it on a fresh page. How do we get that? Okay, I'll do it on a fresh page. Clear on. So let's
Okay.
rewrite this particular equation. Can you tell me what equation did I write? X -1 whole square. Sorry, x plus 1. We went left, right?
Uh,
Plus y. What did I write? X plus 1, right?
one,
We went 1. Y plus -2 whole
two,
square, right?
yeah,
Equals to 9.
plus
That is
nine.
what we wrote, correct? So this
Mm.
means that the center is at -1 and 2. Is it okay? And the radius is 3. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So, so let me do the other way. Let me draw the circle. So we have a point which is the center at -1. So let me just make a better diagram. So this is -1, let us say, and we go 2 up, right? So 1, 2, right? That becomes the center. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Now from the center, we have a radius of 3, correct? So I mean, if
Yes.
I have to go horizontally, I will go from -1 where 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is 1, this is 2. Is that okay? So we
Yes.
go maximum this point. Is that okay? If you go from
Yeah.
the center, and on this side, I'll go -1, -2, -3, -4, right? Because I know that the radius is 3, right? So 3 this side, 3 that side, 6. I have to go 3 up and 3 down, correct? This is the radius.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you add 3 to 2, you get 5. If you take
Mhm.
away 3 from 2, you get -1. Do you see that?
Yes.
So we could make a box in which the circle will be inscribed. You see the idea?
I see.
So, so that is the circle we are talking about. You get the idea. Correct. So if I ask you a point, you can label it somewhere inside close. You get the idea. You can give so many points now, correct?
Yeah.
You can give so many points, correct?
Mm.
Very good exercise. And here I have an assignment for you.
Okay.
Now my assignments are not simple. My assignment will require a lot of thinking. Okay. So
Mm.
what I'm trying to say is very clear. My assignment is look here, you have to copy this question. How many points, how many points inside the circle will have integer coordinates. You get the idea. Inside the circle, not even on the circle, inside the circle, how many points will have integer coordinate? Integer coordinate, you understand, right? Integers are
The
0,
value.
plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and so on. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Integer coordinates, not decimals, no fractions. How many points inside the circle will have integer coordinate? That is your assignment. Is that clear to you?
Can
This
I can I
assignment,
can I tell from here from this graph?
no, do it later and submit the assignment, right? Submit
Okay.
assignment. Submit by today, after 2 days, okay? Within 2 days, I'll give you 2 days, right? Today is 20th, by 22nd January. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
2022. Okay? If you need help, if you need help, you can find Anil Kumar videos, right?
Yeah.
Search Anil Kumar YouTube channel. Perfect. But this is a question which is seen in many competitive exams. You get the idea? Many
Yeah.
competitive, even SAT you are thinking about. SAT also. So, Olympiad, also they ask you such questions. So now this is a very interesting question for you. So we'll close it here and continue with our discussion. Okay?
Okay.
If you remember, if you look into your book, we have already answered half of your questions, right? More than half.
Yeah.
Okay, let's clear this and move forward. Now, I'm going to look at the circle from a different angle, and this is standard form of the equation. So we found that the equation of the circle is what? X minus h whole square plus
Yes.
y minus k whole square equals to r square. Is that correct? We know where the center is hk and the r is radius. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Radius is r. Now let us expand this. And you know how to expand it. What is a minus b whole square? Can you tell me? That gives you x square minus 2xh. I prefer to write h first and x later. So look here, I'll rewrite it. So always write the numbers first. Is it okay?
Yeah. Plus here.
Plus h square plus. Here you get y square
Minus minus
minus
2yk.
2 times k first, right?
Yeah.
Plus
Plus k square.
y square equals to r square. So I say this is my nomenclature. You understand?
Yeah. But here, sir, a k square. I think it's not y square.
Pardon?
Y square minus 2ky plus the second one.
Oh,
Y.
k square, k square. Yeah. K square.
Yeah.
You're right. Good job. So that is my equation. Now, if I rearrange this equation, what do I get? Okay. So I will do in this particular case, we have x square, okay, and h square, y square, 2ky, and k square and r square. Okay. Can I kind of rearrange and put it in a very standard form? What are my x terms? So
X
let me
terms
rewrite
minus.
2hx. Okay. X, I should have written first y square anyway. And then minus 2ky. Okay, let's write like this. Okay, minus 2ky.
Yeah.
And then I have plus h square. Is it okay?
Yeah.
And then we have plus k square. And I'm bringing this r square to the left side. Okay, let's keep r square on the right. Is this arrangement okay? I just reshuffled the things. Is it okay? So I
Yeah.
brought these constants together. I missed y square in between, plus y square. Okay, let me write y square. I thought I wrote it first, right? Okay, so let me write y square somewhere in between, plus y square. Okay. Let's rearrange. I wanted to write x square minus 2hx minus 2ky, right? Plus y square. Is it okay? And
Yes.
on the right hand side, I am writing
R square
r square minus
minus
h square minus k square. You could write this group on the left hand side also. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you, if I give you in this form equation, in some books, we will just call this as a constant c. We'll just call this as a constant c, okay? We'll call this as a constant c. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Uh, let me take it on the left side. Let me take it on the left side. It'll be better. So we have here plus h square plus k square minus r square equals to 0. Normally in standard form, we put everything on one side. Is that okay? Let's look into
Yeah.
this. So what I'm saying is, I'm writing this as some constant c. Is it okay?
Yes.
Now, here, what is this? This is coefficient of x, right?
Yeah.
And what is this?
Option.
Coefficient of y, correct?
Yeah.
How do these coefficients relate to the center? Can you tell me? Observe.
Yeah. X. X plus 2h, I think.
Yeah. So let me write this as the coefficient as, let's say, x square. Let me write this as plus,
2h.
let's say px, right? Plus qy, is it okay?
Yeah.
Plus, this was y square. So plus c equals to 0. Let us say you are given an equation in this form. Is it okay?
Yeah.
If you are given an equation, which is a quadratic equation, right? This form, right? We may call this as a standard equation.
Yeah. Sir, I have a
Yes.
question here.
Yes.
If we say this point, the
Yes.
coefficient of the coefficient of x, and at this point the coefficient of y, what
Yes.
will be what will be the y square if you say this for this corner, for instance? See?
Yeah. So from here, you get the center h as equal to what? Center h is minus p by 2, right?
Yeah.
And the center k is minus q by 2. Is that okay? Half
Yeah.
of this coefficient, negative sign. Correct?
Yeah.
And from the constant c, we can find the radius. See, c is equals to h square plus k square minus r square. Correct?
Yeah.
So once you know h and k, substitute here and you can calculate r. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So you can say r square is equals to h square plus k square minus c. Is that okay?
See. Yeah.
Or you can find r square. So this value of r square can be calculated from h square plus k square minus c. Do you have a formula now?
Yeah.
Correct. Minus half the coefficient of x gives you the center x coordinate. Minus half times the coefficient of y gives you the center y coordinate. The radius comes from the constant in the equation where it will be h square plus k square minus c. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Good. So we'll take up an example, concrete example to understand. So we'll do example 4 this time, and we are saying we have equation of the circle, and I will now make it like this. We'll go like this. We have x minus 2. That means center x coordinate is 2 plus y minus 3 whole square equals 2. Let us take 16 this time, 4 square as the radius. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Now expand. Expand this equation. What do you get? We get x square minus 4x, and then we
Plus
have
2
plus 4.
plus
And here we
yeah.
have y square
I
minus
6
6y plus
I see.
9. And we bring the 16 here equals to 0. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Now, it is x squared minus 4x plus, I should write, let me write minus term first. Minus 6y plus y square. I'm putting these constants together. 4 plus 9 minus 16 equals to 0. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
So we have x squared minus 4x minus 6y plus y squared. And how much is that? 16.
Minus 3. Minus 3.
So 13 minus 3 equals to 0. Is that clear to you? Now
Yes.
let us say that we actually give you this equation. Let's work backwards. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Let us try to connect. Work backwards. From the equation, can you find center and radius? So
Yeah.
center h is equals to minus 4 by 2,
Minus 4 over 2.
and
Yes.
k is equals to
Minus.
minus of minus, right? So minus of minus will make it plus, right?
Yeah.
So which is equal to 2 and k is equal to 3. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Minus of minus, correct?
Yeah.
This term minus 3 is equal to what? Minus 3 is equal to h square plus k square minus r square, correct?
Yes.
Now that means minus 3 is h square, which is 4, and k square, which is 9, and this is minus r square, correct?
Yes.
We can bring r square to this side and 3 to the other side, and we have r square value, which is 16. And so we get r squared as 16. Do you see that? Or radius
Yeah.
is equal to
It's
4, which is square root of 16. Do you understand what we're trying to say here?
yeah.
Correct?
It's very big.
So now, if I give you the standard equation of a circle, you can easily find its center and the radius. Correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Now you're ready to solve all the questions which you shared with me. Do you understand that part?
Yeah.
So, one by one, shall we go to your exercise and answer them in 5 minutes? Make a note of these equations and then we will do that. Is that clear?
Yes.
Very good. Any difficulty so far? Anything?
No.
Perfect, right? You remember your assignment?
Yeah.
That is difficult. Okay. That is very difficult.
I,
Okay. Let me end this session. Rather, go to share now your question. Okay. Where is that question? Somewhere here. Okay. That's it. So let's see where it is. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Not this side. You can see the screen, right?
yeah. This is I think the video.
You see the video?
No. Here is yeah.
Uh, now it is not expanding. What happened? Uh, okay, enlarge from here. Okay, let me do it from here this time and pull it up. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it, right?
Yeah. I see.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, I never tried this before, so I'm myself having some difficulties. Okay, that's good. But the whole idea is answer your questions. Can you see the questions clearly?
Yes, I can.
Let us answer them one by one. Can you tell me the answer for the first question itself? It's not annotate. Oh man. Okay, this is annotate. Very good. Question number 1. Write the standard form of the equation of the circle with the given center and the radius. So first one, we are given the center at minus 2 and 3 and the radius is 5. What is the equation? Tell me.
X plus 2 the whole square.
Yeah.
Y minus 3 plus y minus 3 the whole square.
Yes.
Equals to 25.
Correct. So that is the
Yeah.
general form. I have to check in your book. You know, the last equation given here, find the equation of the tangent line. We'll do that part. Tangent line I did, but I showed you in a way tangent line also. If you remember that box which I made, correct? That box will
Yeah.
give you tangent line. Once you have the radius and the center, you know the equation of the tangent line. Is it okay? So
Yeah.
that is the equation. You can always expand this, right? You can
Yeah.
expand this and then write down And in this expansion, you know what you get, right? You get x squared plus 2 times 2 is 4, x plus 4 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9. And then you have minus 25 on this side equals to 0, correct?
Yeah.
And then you can say x squared plus 4x plus uh, rather minus 6y plus y squared. Add all these terms, right? 4
Yeah.
and 9 is 13. And when you take away 13, you get what? Minus. If you take away 13, you get 12, right? Is that okay? So that
Yeah.
becomes your standard form of the equation, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. So that is how we could get answer these questions. Not difficult. Try the others yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's do question number 2. Question number 2 here is find the coordinates of the center and the radius of the circle. So we are given this particular A is very simple. So center is what? Center is, can you tell me, center for this and the radius?
2, 3,
Perfect. And what is the radius?
root 7.
Root 7. Correct answer. Now let's look into this equation which is given in the standard form. Now tell me, what is the center for this equation, which is x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 8 equals to 0. Can you tell me? So the
Yeah.
equation is x squared. Yeah, normally we'll write y squared first minus 2x plus 4y plus 8 equals to 0. So what is the center? Tell me.
We can use, I think,
Half of coefficient of x minus half of coefficient of x. So half of minus 2 with a negative sign gives you 1. Do you see that? And half of 4 is 2 with a negative sign. Do you see how easily we got this answer?
yes, sir. We can also use in this completing square method.
Oh, yes, you can use completing the square. Good job. So let's do completing the square method to find the center. But this is from our formula, right?
Yeah.
I like that. So, okay. So let me erase this. We will do completing the square method. That is being taught in the school, correct? I should not do shortcuts with you, right? Very good job. So let me write down this equation here and let's do completing the squares method. So we have x squared and we have plus y squared minus 2x plus 4y plus 8 equals to 0. Okay. So we could write x terms together, x squared minus 2x, and then we want to complete this. So x squared minus 2x, how will you complete?
Plus
Or tell me.
half of the minus 2 plus 1.
So 1 square, right? Plus and
Yeah.
minus 1. Is it okay? So we
Yeah.
completed the square. And now let me continue writing the y terms, which are plus y square plus 4y. What should I do to complete this? Let me write 8 here as equals to 0, right? So what should I write? Half of 2
X
is
x minus 1 the whole square.
now 4 and minus 4, right? Half of 4 is 2, right? And
Yeah.
square of that is 4. So I'll add and
Yes.
subtract 4. Perfect. So I am going to
Yeah.
now these three terms are perfect square with the positive, right? And therefore
Yeah.
I could now write this as x plus
Minus 1
1.
the whole square.
Oh, sorry. Minus 1. Yeah. Minus 1 whole square. Good job. I like you. You are taking keen interest. Why? And because this is plus, so we have plus 2 whole square. The constants
Yeah.
are what? Minus 1, minus 4. Let me write first minus 1, minus 4 plus 8 equals to 0. We'll do it in the next step, right? X minus 1
Yeah.
whole square plus y plus 2 whole square. And here we have minus 1 is minus 5. So we have plus 3 here. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So 2 square plus 3. And that is what we should have got a negative value here. What happened?
I think uh, when when I search about the circle, what what's the meaning of when radius minus 30 says that imaginary circles.
Oh, imagine radius. Yeah. Okay. Find the coordinates of the center and the radius for each of the circle whose equations are given. No, the equation is given to you. So plus 8, right? So, so what? So x is 2x, 4y. So half of 2 is 1. So we added, subtracted 1. Correct? So 8, oh, I brought it, okay, 8 was on this side, okay. And with 4, half is 2, so 2 square is 4. So minus 4, perfect. So minus 1 minus 5, and we have plus 3 on this side now, okay. So we have x square minus, so if I take it on the other side, there's something wrong. Is it okay?
Uh, but sir, can be a radius minus 10.
No, because the radius has to be positive, right?
Yeah, but when I search in Google, the
Yeah.
Google says that when the value of radius is minus, it shows that the it is an imaginary when r is positive.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, yeah, and r is equals to greater than 1. It is a normal circle. It says that.
Correct. Correct. So you read all this, and I thought that was not in your curriculum. So what we have is imaginary circle. Is it okay? So
Yeah.
yes, you're right. So let me introduce imaginary numbers to everyone. So if you have minus 1 square root, it is written as I or iota, right? So square of
Yes.
I is a negative number, and so that is an imaginary number. Is that okay?
As a complex number. Yeah.
Complex. So you have reached the complex domain of numbers, right? I was not expecting that at this stage. Good job. So, Mother Savia, I think you're right
Yes.
on it. You understand everything very clearly, correct?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
right. So, we could actually conclude with the second equation, which is in the domain of real numbers, right? This was in the domain of imaginary numbers. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or you can say complex numbers. Is that okay?
Yeah. I see.
Correct. So let's take the other example because I want to conclude with most of the students are not doing that level of mathematics as you are doing. I'm very thrilled to see that. That's great. You really know
Mhm.
a lot and you are way ahead of many others. I'm very proud to see that you are my student also in this way. Very good. Let me do this question with you fast. Tell me, how will I do it, right? We have x squared minus 8x. What should I add and
X
subtract?
X square
I will do one thing, Mother Savia. In this
plus
case, I will have a separate, different approach, taking 12 to the right hand side, right? So, which you could also
yeah.
do. So, let's rearrange here like this, and we'll take 12 to the other side. So, we'll add on the left and we'll add on the right hand side. It becomes much simpler. So, now let's complete the squares. We have x squared minus 8x. What should I add and subtract? Tell me. Half of 8,
Minus
right? 4 square, right?
plus
So,
plus yeah.
So I'll do
Plus
12
16.
plus 4 square here on this side. I'm adding 4 on both the sides. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Next term, y square plus 12y. And now I'm going to add half of 2. 12 is 6, 6 square on both the sides. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now let's simplify it further. We can write this as x minus 4 whole square plus y plus 6 whole square equals to what? Add these numbers. 12 plus 16 plus 36. How much do you get?
36 plus 8
6, 6, 12 plus 2, 14, 1,
1
and so
64.
5, 64, right? So we have
Yeah.
center, which is at 4 and
4
minus
comma
6, and the radius is 8, square root of
8. Yeah.
64. Correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. So we actually did all these questions. Question number 3. Write the equation of circle described below. It passes through the origin and center is at 5, 2. Easy for you, right? It
Yeah.
is tangent to the line y equals to x with this center, and the endpoints of the circle are given to you. Those are the other questions. With the endpoints, you can find the center by the midpoint formula, right?
Yes.
Correct. So we'll actually end our class at this stage, perfect, and continue from here in the next class. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we had this 1 hour lecture, and I hope you digested it all. So let me erase the screen and ask you if you have really understood today's lesson. Okay, Mother Savia, can you please
Thank you, sir.
summarize what have you learned today?
In today's class, we are learning about the conic section, which is a circle, and how do we can write the equation of circle, how do we can take the radius, And how do we can find the point which is inside of the given assignment?
Yes, inside outside point you found. You also found that if I have a circle, what could be the equation of tangents? You understand? Because
Ah,
I showed you that the center is there at HK, right? And if
yeah,
the radius is R, then the vertical line will be what? H plus R or H minus R, right? Those are the vertical lines.
yes,
The
yes,
horizontal lines are K plus and minus R, correct? So
yeah,
those are the four tangent lines which will form a square. And within that square, we could have many points. Your exercise is to find exact number of points with integer coordinate values which will lie inside the circle. And we'll start from there. Our next class. Is it okay? Plus
yes,
few more questions from your exercise which you should do. And if there is any difficulty, feel free to ask me. Okay?
thank you, sir.
Okay, then looking forward for the next endemic species from Ethiopia. Okay, see
Thank you, sir.
you. Great. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
I love you so much. Thank you.